Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for joining us on another episode of From the Bunker. Before we get started, we'd like to have a word from our sponsor.
Thank you, Brian. The Bunker Podcast is brought to you by the fine folks at Deadly Grounds Cafe and Curiosities, located in Curtis at 1413 King Street East, unit number 6. They're delicious games. Games can't be delicious, can they, Brian?
They can be whatever you want.
Games, delicious treats, and fantastic curiosities that you won't find anywhere else but at their cafe. Go check them out. Deadly Grounds Cafe and Curiosities. GetDeadly.ca. And they're our main sponsor. They're our only sponsor.
They're our best sponsor.
But seriously, Deadly Grounds.
Check it out.
They are amazing. Go check them out.
Favor.
Online and bricks and mortar.
Yes.
And I like them too.
And Paul likes them too. Here we are again, Brian, Chris, and Paul. We're in the bunker and we are doing podcast episode number 4.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's rapid fire. We're moving quick here.
Making it happen.
And today we have Paul Fowler from Brooklin Juice Junction and Health Shop. I never put the and Health Shop on. I always
remember that. We gotta,
Brooklin Juice Junction. So much easier to say. We start every podcast off with a bit of a shot
Absolutely.
of tequila. You know what? I think it should be guest choice, personally.
Sure.
Why should we choose?
So we're going deadly.
You got. You're not even a Patron sitting there, and you went for the. All right, man.
Podcast day.
Let's go deep.
Do this.
Okay, we have Tequila Reserve 1800 Reposado, 100% agave.
Agave is that thing that looks like an aloe plant, sort of, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the syrup that they make the tequila with, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference too between like more expensive tequila and kind of cheaper tequila is the amount of agave, if I'm correct.
Oh, see, I was always wrong. I thought it was how much Mexican urine was inside the.
No, that's what makes it cheaper.
So we're doing doubles then.
Ooh, that was a tight cork.
There you go.
That was a high pitch one.
You gotta make it happen.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, we
I
weren't
feel
kidding
like
about the doubles.
This is a fun tradition.
Is this a double?
Oh, I don't think so. That's 1
No.
ounce, no?
I did a double the one
It
day
could be 2.
because
Oh, no, that looks like 2 ounces.
Thank you.
Are we
Yeah,
sure?
you're right. Yeah, I think so, dude. When I'm watching you pour it, I'm like,
Okay.
we went past 1 ounce for sure.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I thought it was an ounce. That should be an ounce then.
Yeah, I think half of that's an
I think
ounce.
It is.
Okay.
However,
Well, you drink half of it. Drink half of it.
Well, let's do that.
We don't want you falling over
a-
it. Jesus Christ.
I thought it was a thing. Chris, I
good
poured
now.
you an ounce. I'm not going to break tradition.
Nor am I.
This is the second time I've greatly mistaken the size of a shot glass and poured myself 2 ounces by accident. I did it with Brad in the first one.
Is it a mistake, though, after you've done it 3 times?
No.
Or is it part of the
Look
plan?
at it. It looks like that looks like the size of a shot glass. Calm
It
down.
does to me, too, but
Calm
I don't think it
down.
is when you look at how much is in there.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'll tell you as soon as I drink it. I'll know by the volume.
I think it was funny that Paul already took his shot there.
I cleaned up
and
1 ounce.
His face didn't flinch.
Nope.
But his eyes started watering.
You just slowly start feeling that
So true.
single beat of
cheers
sweat.
to the. Well, he might need another one.
Cheers,
Did you
guys.
drink it all already? Like,
No. I got some.
Oh, that.
I'm ready.
That's good. That's what I like to hear.
Tradition.
Good
right,
job.
here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, that was 2 ounces for sure.
Yeah. Right.
That's really good.
That was all over me, part of it.
Yeah.
What? Oh, boy.
Oh boy, you all right?
Kumbaya.
I'm not mad at that.
No.
No, that was nice.
That's quite delicious.
I'm all over that.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
good.
mad at that at all.
You guys got fucking iron stomachs.
You kind of described it as if it was going to be.
You don't think that aftertaste is pretty strong? Listen to me talking
No,
too.
it tastes like a good.
You're looking like you.
Tastes like a nice
got
tequila.
hit by a little tequila.
Give me 2 more and I'll drink that whole bottle though.
Oh, wow.
It's got a crest on the front. I mean, it's royal.
It's official now.
Yeah.
It's got a crest.
Everything that's got a crest is good.
Alrighty, there you go. The shots have been had. The ad is done. And Paul's already got this super
beautiful.
sexy voice,
Gorgeous.
midnight caller voice. And I mean, you add it like he's gonna blow the fucking EQ out.
Oh yeah,
Man, with too much sex coming through his microphone.
100%.
I love that description, brother.
You hear that? Say that again.
I love that description, brother.
Jesus Christ.
Right. Bringing a whole different type of juice.
Oh boy.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, let's get right into it then. Let's forgot one little detail. So we're doing things a little bit different this time. We changed the format, right, Brian?
Absolutely.
What are we doing this time that's different?
So at some point we are going to, in the conversation, kind of change things up a bit. We're going to play a round of Cards Against Humanity. Why not? I think, we'll get into some conversation, have some conversation, and then, we'll try a round.
So
Let that booze settle in a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Let things relax.
we're taking a board games and business approach to this now. We're going to give this a shot and see if we can.
In my mind,
Not really board games, but-
invoke just good conversation.
Yes.
You know what
So
I mean?
true.
It's something a little fun. It's a communal thing everyone can come together on. So we're gonna try it out. Why not?
Yeah. This is kind of like nerd culture's golf course. That's where meetings happen and things happen.
That's it.
Yeah,
We got-
I would attest to that.
Right?
Absolutely.
So true.
Absolutely.
We're doing today Cards Against Humanity with Brooklin Juice Junction.
Hello.
I think that's a
Absolutely.
fantastic combination.
It is a fantastic combination.
So
we get down and dirty.
let's get down and dirty into business talk, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Absolutely.
Right?
I'm excited.
Okay. So, launches of new business concepts, small new business concepts, are almost always fraught with ups and downs and where's my money coming? Just tighten.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
I worked it out.
Ups and downs, crazy. It's wild, like the ride. So take us a little bit on the journey of some of maybe the highs, some of the lows, how you solve problems, that kind of stuff. Any of that, or did it go smooth?
Oh yeah, really. I wish the lows that you're talking about. There was lots of those, right?
Yeah.
But what I find in starting Brooklyn Juice,
Yeah.
was the journey was amazing, man. It was incredible high to first of all be able to open a business that serves the community. One of the things that we struggled with, and we still do, is we struggle with getting our message out to enough people. The people that we have reached is amazing. They return, but we fight with how do we get new, and especially people in our own area. People constantly driving by and going, I didn't know you were here. How do you not know we're here? We're always right at the corner, right? So that's just one. Then, of course, money. You feed the machine.
Money.
That's a crazy, crazy, crazy thing. When you have the dream and you start this company and you see things come to fruition and you open the doors, they say, stack it, pack it, and they will come. Not all the time.
Yeah.
So it's been a slow burn.
Yep.
That's truth be told. But what we did find that keeps us in the game is that the customers that we do have, we retain. Not only do we retain them, they start talking to friends, and we're seeing that wheel start to turn. It's amazing, man. That part's amazing, but there's lots of ups and downs, and primarily it's with cost and with new customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an easy go, but it's fun.
It is fun. It's
Yeah.
a grind.
That's
a grind.
exactly it. It's that day-to-day being in love with it kind of all the time.
Yeah, just there. Yeah.
You know what though? I mean I've said it before on the podcast. I'm kind of against the flash in the pan big success. I really think the slow burn success is better for business longevity, honestly. I mean, like you say, right? You get those customers and slowly you build them and you got customers for life essentially, really.
And to be honest, like I talk to a lot of business owners, but on the podcast we've already had 4 business owners, and small business in general, that's the only way to build their business, is a slow crawl. They don't have huge amounts of money. They don't have, some corporate headquarters that's feeding them this and that, all the things they need, marketing and resources, right? You don't have that. You're doing it all yourself,
We
man.
do all ourselves, right? And in so doing, you kind of learn a part of the process. It's a little bit of sweat equity, as they say, right? You got to get in the trenches and you got to dig until you find gold. And for us, it's been a tough year, but at the same time, we learned some incredible lessons that we are turning around, putting to the test, and we're starting to see that cog turn the other way, which is quite amazing for a small operation, being able to say, okay, the losses that we had anticipated wasn't quite as bad.
Yeah.
Then we look at the year so far, and we're already doing more than we did the previous year. So in the way that the accountants all talk, right, this is a good trend. So we're going to continue. We can't stop now, man.
I think that's another benefit of small business. I was going to say looking from the outside in. What am I talking about? I'm a fucking small business dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
But
no.
I think that's a benefit. That's a huge benefit, actually, that small business has over franchises and larger businesses, is that if you have a really cool idea, you can turn on a dime and execute on it. Whereas these other places, franchises, well, sorry, you got to go through a huge approval process because that's not part of our franchise model. So, or a big company, right? It's like some little junior's got this amazing idea, but it's, you know, it's got to flow all the way. Whereas you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to sell fucking elastic bands today. Boom, elastic bands are in there and you're selling them. I think that's a good thing.
The only time I ever saw a big business, so I know I've talked before on the podcast about my experiences of when I worked with Starbucks.